As soon as you see Bethany King from WT Rich, you know it's time for our monthly update for the CMS construction project. So what's been happening?
I feel like I start this way every time a lot. We're right now in the fourth floor. So in the background, you can see here a lot of finishes. So we built the building by zone, and now we're trying to work our way down. So we're starting on the fourth floor and working our way down with finishes. So millwork is in. You can see some electrical outlets are in, some marker boards and tack boards are in, flooring is going in, and we're still actually doing rough-in the bottom floor in the zone A. So there's a lot of different trades out here, still even some site work happening in the fall while we can ahead of the winter. And yeah, we got about 130 people out here almost every day. So
There's a lot of cabinetry in here.
yes.
It seems way more than what they have today.
Yeah, so Vertex OPM has been meeting with the town, specifically Margot, the principal, Dr. Frazek, and they've been planning the furniture and built-in furniture that we do on our end. So there's a lot of millwork, a lot of built-in for a lot of storage for the teachers here for the future school.
And there is so much learning space on the walls. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's what we call those visual display surfaces, right? So tack boards and marker boards, but yeah, those are starting to go in. So those are usually some of the last finishes we put in, and then we're going to try and lock these doors and stay out of here.
But if I remember, the last thing to do would be the ceiling, right?
Yeah, it's called whiting out the ceiling and putting all the tiles in. So you can see some of them in now where we have to cut in some of the finishes for the sprinklers and the HVAC systems and stuff like that. But yeah, once those are whited out, we obviously have to start up all the systems, get the heat running in here. There's a lot more to do from a testing and balancing, startup of electrical systems. There is still a lot to do. But from a finishes perspective, this C fourth floor area is furthest along.
So we're in October, so we're 8 months out, right?
Yeah, June 6th is our substantial completion date.
So still looking good?
Yes, we're looking good. I know the town has a lot to do, and we have a lot to do next summer, and then we'll start demolishing the old school. But yeah, the schedule in general for the project is going very well and according to schedule, so all good.
So I forget, is the old school going to be down by September? Is that the plan?
Part of it will be down, but no, the entire school won't. It may be if we can expedite that, but right now there's a lot of abatement and hazardous material in there that we have to get out safely. So yeah, we'll start demolishing that. That eventually will be the turf field. That'll all go into the fall of next year. Okay.
Well, it looks awesome, and this room especially. We just happened to walk into this room. But I think it's a sped room because there's a sink and then there's a lavatory.
Correct.
So you won't see that in every room, but in a lot of the special education rooms, you will see that.
Correct. Yeah, and we've actually been touring through a lot of the teachers just so they can take a look at it, and we're bringing the building committee through on Monday as well so they can look at the progress as well. So everyone seems pretty excited.
Well, great, and I don't want to keep you because I know you got a lot to do.
Always.
But we'll be back with Luke Apone from Vertex to tell us what's coming up. Well, Luke, we're here. Bethany told us what's been going on, but what's happening next?
Sure. Next thing, our biggest, task right now is to get the building permanent tight as we head into the winter months. The building is temporarily weather tight right now. We just have a couple exterior doors to install to get the thing, I'd say, permanently tight, but we're, 95% of the way there. WT Rich is working on installing a temporary heat system for the winter months to keep the building warm, to allow finishes and installation to continue. Outside the building, you can see the concession stand work is starting to happen at that building over in the north parking lot around the tennis courts. Concrete work's happening there, underground plumbing is happening. Once the underground plumbing is complete, slab on grade will be poured, and then we'll start to see the walls framed over there in the next month to 2 months.
So once we get those doors in the heat, we're good to go all winter.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, full steam ahead through the winter, getting the finishes complete, and then getting ready to do testing in spring.
And, Bethany had mentioned, with the 4 floors are in different stages.
Sure.
So we must have a lot of people on site.
Yeah, we're averaging 140 to 150 workers a day right now. As Bethany mentioned, they built the building in the rough stages, going building C, building B, building A, and now they're working horizontally across the floors and going down. So they're working in all buildings, C, B, and A on the 4th floor, and then we'll work their way down the building for the finishes while the rough still progresses down on the 1st floor. And we work those guys out of here in the next month to 2 months.
And I know you've told me this before, but I forget. What's the last part that's going to be done? Which building?
Right now, so it'll be probably building A, first floor, where the auditorium, band room, there's a kitchen down there for the fifth and sixth graders. So those are the last spaces we'll be working their way out of.
So one of the cool things I always look forward to, and I don't know why, but it's when you're ready to put the floor down in the gym, and you leave the flooring in there for a little while, and I forget what that process is called.
Sure, so they bring the floor in a few weeks before they install it to allow it to acclimate, so that the flooring will adjust, shrink or expand based on the conditions in the building. So we want to get that flooring acclimated to the building before it's installed, so the cuts are, perfect, and it's a great product in the end.
And we're a long way, well, not a long way, because we only got 8 months.
Yeah,
but
not too far. The gym, the rough is done in the gym right now. They're wrapping up drywall, so we'll see that happening shortly, the next couple months.
Well, I'm talking, I say this every time, but a lot's been done since the last time we were here.
It does, yeah. It seems like a lot more happens every month.
Yeah, with all these people there, that's a good point. All right, well, that'll wrap up this month's CMS construction update. We'll be back with more digest.